Hey, what's going on guys? In here today, back with another video, and today we're going to be going over a task that I was presented with a few weeks ago to make an advertisement for a barber shop on an extremely low budget. So I'm going to show my editing process and how I done it and what I used and how you can use a similar kind of editing stuff for your videos if you're on a budget too. So this is a really simple edit, nice, clean and quick, and I'll show it to you now. So, let's get into the video. So, essentially what I'm doing here in the start of these clips is kind of just, in the edit, I'm setting the tone for where the edit is taking place and kind of showing the internals of the shop, if you will. So I'm getting it, kind of setting the scene of where this ad is taking place. Also, I'm just listening to a bit of music on Spotify as well, so that's what that is popping up on the screen every now and again. As I'm editing, I like to listen to the song that I'm actually editing to as well. I edited this particular scene to a song, which I know people tell you you're not supposed to do, but I done it, so sue me. But yeah, so I'm essentially just looking through the clips. I have a lot of clips that I could possibly use. A lot of this was shot at 100 frames per second off my Sony a7 III, but you guys can shoot this off 60 frames per second and you'd get a very similar kind of style of video. You know, I really enjoyed the brush shot that we're looking at kind of now. I really enjoyed that shot. I think it really kind of helps set where we were. So I'm just scrolling through the shots, you know. I'm no master of film or creating ads or anything. I just felt I went with what my gut said to go with, which is a major thing when you're creating something like this, you know. Like this clip, for instance, actually didn't even end up in the final edit. It was pulled straight away. And as you know, I had I think it was about 150 clips that I could have used, but I went for something like 20, you know. And that's a massive thing you learn on the way when you do start kind of editing and realizing what your qualities are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, that you do have to kind of just take a step back and say, you know, that does not look right for what I'm editing at. So then you just have to pull it, get on with it, and don't let it affect the rest of the edit, and don't try and force clips in. So I know we're going kind of super speed here at the minute, but you know, this is the this is the bit where the song drops, as you would have seen in the previous clip, because you guys would have obviously seen this. So this is the bit where the song drops, where the taper starting to go up and down a bit quicker, and yeah, you'll notice it. The colors are a bit different. In the shop that I was actually shooting, it was there was just the main source of light was a window at the front of the shop, and there was no windows at the back of the shop. So I have to shoot from both sides. So what I do in the end, you'll see, is I'll color it to kind of match, because you can see that image there is kind of a nice fluorescent light kind of white balance, whereas some of the other ones are more just predominantly yellow, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, so like the one of them drinking the bottle of Heineken is a predominantly yellow white balance, which is only natural because the actual shop is yellow. So you know, there was nothing really I could do about that. I had my great model David, who came down for a haircut so I could shoot some of these clips. So it was free of charge, no model fees or anything like that. Just gave him a free haircut, and happy days. I was able to get the shots that I needed. So you're really cutting down on money there if you use a friend to help you make the video. So that was a great help. You know, some of the other clips, as you can see, the ones of the guy with the beard, that's Gary. His clips turned out really well because they were just crystal clear. They were super white, white light that is, and no yellow tinting or anything like that. So we just come back and re-watch it a few times to make sure that we are kind of getting the gist of it, and the song matches the edit for what it is, and it helps set the tone for the edit. So I'll kind of use my cutoff point there. So the song kind of starts off nice and slow, goes on the kind of upbeat track, and then kind of slows down again, and then goes back upbeat. But it's a short period. That second upbeat to the slow upbeat is a short period of time. So I use that to effectively close off the video. And it's good to know the songs. You want to listen to them a few times before you edit to it. Obviously people don't recommend editing to music, but I just say whatever works for you. It's pretty simple to know what works for you once you start editing for a while. So yeah, it's kind of a industry where just do whatever works for you. There's no right or wrong. You can do whatever you feel comfortable with, and whatever you feel works for you. So here's the closing shot. I added a little Gaussian blur to this shot just to help with the overlays, the text overlays that I will add. As you can see in the top left hand corner, I like to keep the rendering window out for a while as well, just so I know when the clips are kind of rendered and when I can use them at the most effective time. So I add in the MHC logo here as well. So that's kind of what I wanted to do, the direction that I wanted to go with it. I also add some text underneath it as well, just to help kind of set the brand and what the video is for, essentially. I'll kind of play around with a few different text tools to see what works and what doesn't. You know, that one there didn't work, a lot of them didn't. Tried out a few different fonts as well, and I found that this one, by getting rid of the text up the top and at the bottom, it worked the most effective, and obviously I matched the color to the logo as well, so that was really good. This is something that I wanted to get much better at as well. I was effectively letting videos run to black and then putting text in, when I should have been just blurring out videos and overlaying the text while the video was still going on in the background. So that's something I've learned recently, and it works much better, I find, as you guys would have seen prior to this video, or prior to this clip. because it kind of keeps the person watching and the viewer a bit more interested in the video. As you can see, so I used class style and different two similar styles, or two similar size titles, and then one a little bit longer, but that is essentially the entire edit, nearly complete. I just have to do a few bit more bits with it. The song wasn't timing up with the logo transition, the Twitch transition that I used, so what I had to do was kind of replicate the kind of knocking noise that was in this part of the song as well, which was interesting. So as you can see, the text there as well, I make it a bit bigger, make it come in a bit more, and then it twitches out, and that is essentially that. So take one. Final Cut crashed on me there for whatever reason, so I take one there, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I just go back now and make sure the color is set. I actually used a teal and pink LUT that I really like, and I have it set to a particular kind of preset that I really enjoy. It doesn't over teal and pink it, and it's just enough to show the difference between those yellow clips and the white clips. And that's a great tip for those of you wondering. The LUTs actually help change the whole complexion of the clip. As you can see in that yellow one with from the back of the head, it was extremely yellow, and I tried to adjust it a bit more than I probably should have, and then I end up just saying, you know what, it's not working, let's just leave the plain LUT on it and leave it at that, and just walk away. Another one here of them drinking the Heineken, that was another problem that we had. Obviously with a LUT, it makes it look much better and blends into the video that bit more. So I am just coming to the end here. There's about 30 seconds left on this speed through. We're just finishing up here. So yeah, it's just basically finishing off the color and then the end product. Don't forget, when you are editing these kind of clips, don't forget to color correct the videos in the background of underneath the text and stuff like that, just to add continuity to it and make sure the job's finished. As you can see there as well, the audio, I fixed the audio on it, and it leaves this kind of cool little kind of hanger towards the end, just before the logo shows up, which I actually think is really nice. So it goes dum dum dum, and then it shows the logo, which is great. So that's been it for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video, a little preview on my workflow, and it honestly is super simple to do an edit like this, and I hope you guys can take something from it. Know that it doesn't always have to be a complex edit. It doesn't always have to be something that's thrown into After Effects or played with. It can just be as simple as color correcting and lining up the video to match the audio, which is a really effective way to portray a cinematic kind of look, essentially. But apart from that, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. We are back on it in this channel here. Thanks for all the love and support in the first video, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.